And it's another episode day on the Thrive and Drive podcast. And welcome to the episode on connecting with your audience, real life strategies for nonprofits. Here we're going to delve deep into the heart of what truly makes an impact in the world of nonprofit communication. I'm your host, Ruth Kush, and today's episode, we're exploring the essential strategies to truly connect with your audience. Stay tuned. So imagine this, right? You're sitting behind your computer screen, crafting a heartfelt message for your nonprofit latest campaign, right? And you've poured hours and hours into creating compelling content. But when it comes time to share it with the world, you're met with silence. No likes, no shares, no engagement. It's a frustrating scenario that I know a lot of nonprofits face, and I've faced them too. So today we are going to dive deep into the world of audience communication, where we'll explore real life strategies that can transform your outreach efforts. From social media campaigns to email campaigns, we'll cover it all. But first off, let's set the stage. But before we jump into the strategies, let me introduce myself. I'm Ruth Kush, a seasoned digital marketing strategist with years of experience, about 8+ years of experience as a digital marketer. I'm in the nonprofit space 2+ years. So basically, throughout my career, I've witnessed firsthand the power of effective communication in driving meaningful change. So, talking about why connecting with your audience is crucial for you as a nonprofit. Now, according to recent studies, about 73% of donors say that they are more likely to donate if they feel personally connected to an organization's mission. True. So this means that building that connection is not just about engagement. It directly impacts your fundraising efforts. So we're going to take a couple of examples here. Now, I'm going to be refraining from using the actual names of the organization and probably will be using aliases, okay? So we'll take the case of a nonprofit that's called Hope for Tomorrow. So this nonprofit is dedicated to providing education to underprivileged children. Now, instead of just sharing statistics about the number of children they've helped, they decided to do something a little bit different. They decided to tell the story of Sarah, a young girl whose life was transformed by their programs. By sharing Sarah's journey, complete with photos and videos, they created a personal connection with their audience. See the difference? Now, so we'll move on to our first strategy. We've told the story. Now I'm going to move down to the first strategy, which is authentic storytelling. So in today's digital age, authenticity is key. I'm going to say that again. In today's digital age, authenticity is key. Now, people want to connect with real stories, not just polished marketing messages. And nonprofits, non-governmental organizations can actually leverage this by sharing stories of impact directly from those they have helped. People will believe other people's stories about you because stories sell. So we'll go to another example, right? We'll take the example of a nonprofit called Green Earth Foundation. It's just an alias, right? So now, instead of posting about their tree planting initiative, Green Earth Foundation decided to interview volunteers who shared their experiences planting trees and how it made them feel connected to the cause. This authenticity resonated with their audience, and this led to increased engagement and support. So we see that authenticity is key. Next up, let's talk about the power of community engagement. Now, we've talked about authentic storytelling. Now we're talking about the power of community engagement. Now, your audience is not just a passive group, realize that. They are a community waiting to be engaged. And as a nonprofit, you can foster this experience by creating opportunities for interaction. I'll give you an example, a real life case study. So Health First Initiative took this to heart, the power of community engagement. They took it to heart and what they did was that they hosted live Q&A sessions with the medical team, right? Now, followers could ask questions about health care tips, and then the team would respond in real time. This not only provided valuable information, but also made their audience feel heard and valued. I know of another organization presently that what they do on a quarterly basis is that they have what we call fireside chat conversations. Now, they host these conversations in collaboration with international organizations, fundraising organizations, CSOs, FBOs, in order to talk about prevailing health challenges and foster solutions to alleviate these challenges. So basically, they bring all the key stakeholders and the decision makers into the room. They also bring the public into the room, whereby there is interaction. We are able to talk about this. You're able to ask your questions, and we can provide answers. So the power of community engagement is key. So moving on down to the next strategy, which is visual storytelling. We talked about authentic storytelling. The next we talked about was community engagement. Now we're going to talk about visual storytelling. Now, in a world that's been saturated with content, visuals can make all the difference. So as a nonprofit, you could use photos, you could use videos, you could use infographics to tell your stories in a more engaging way. It doesn't really have to be only pictures, or it has to be graphs and diagrams and whatnot. You could do mix and match. You could have carousels. You could have videos. You could have reels. You could do infographics. It doesn't have to just be text-based. You can transform that content into an engaging way that will tell the story. I'll give you an example of a case study that this happened in. So let's call them Clean Water Coalition, right? So now, instead of all the lengthy reports on water pollution, what they did was that they created a series of visually stunning infographics that showed the impact of pollution on marine water. Now, these infographics were easily shareable on social media, and with that, they were able to spread awareness far and wide. So, we talked about visual storytelling. We talked about the power of community engagement. We talked about authentic storytelling. And so we can see that these are three surefire ways that you can dive into the world of connecting with your audience and transform your outreach efforts. Okay? And I mean, I could give you so much more examples, and probably we'll do that in the next episode that's coming out at the end of this month. Okay? So stay tuned. You hear more real life case studies of how other nonprofits were able to use different strategies to be able to connect with their audience and drive impact. So authentic storytelling, community engagement, and visual storytelling, they're not just buzzwords, right? They are the pillars that can elevate your nonprofit's communication efforts. And so that's it. Thank you for joining me today, and to discover how to truly connect with your audience. Remember that it's not just about what you say. It's about how you say it. And so by implementing these strategies, you can create meaningful connections that drive real change. So I'm Ruth Kush, and until next time, guys, keep connecting and making a difference. Hey, and don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, with your business colleagues, with anyone that's in the nonprofit space, in the for-profit space, that anyone that's looking for a way to connect with their audience. And don't forget to leave your questions in the comment section below, or give us a review and tell us what you learned from this episode. If there are questions that you need to ask, hey, feel free, drop us a line, and definitely we'll get back to you. Take care. Bye.